Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWeb Results.
I am Charles Lewis, your client results advocate.
Welcome back to another fun-filled edition of our podcast. This is podcast number 359.
And hold up.
That is
a pretty cool sounding number.
The number just keeps going up every week. I remember I was talking to somebody and was like, when's your sister? How old is your sister? And he was like, I don't know. It keeps changing every year.
It should, you know?
If you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
As always, we have a tip from our previous podcast, and that tip is use clickbait in your product page title.
Yeah, product page title, right? So you got an e-commerce site and each product has its own page, right? Use some clickbait. Chris, what is clickbait? Click here, free shipping, 30% off, whatever that bait is that entices people to click, use it in your page title to drive up click-throughs to that page.
Boom. All right, please remember we are broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and Chuck and I, we are your friendly local neighborhood
Top position snatchers.
And our mantra is,
do not be a douche.
Don't be a douche. Hey, we have a good article that we're talking about today.
A great article called PPC 101, 6 tips to supercharge your Google display network performance. 6 tips to supercharge, right? The display network. Shout out to Ben Woodard and the good folks over at Search Engine Journal. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right, Ben. Hey, if you're in a position to have some sort of electronic device, go ahead and tweet now. Chuck, what should they tweet?
We should tweet us, right? Use the hashtag SEO podcast. Tag us in it at eWeb Results, at Best SEO Podcast. That way we can follow you back and do all of our social networking stuff.
Excellent. So if this is the first time you've listened to this podcast, howdy, welcome. Thanks for joining us. By the way,
glad to have you.
Yeah, if you're listening, you can actually watch it. We broadcast live on Fridays, and you can get the video on YouTube. So if you need to change it up and not just listen, you can do that. And if you were watching today, you would notice that there is actually a tier tattoo.
It was the loud gun.
Yeah, it was a loud one. The tattoo gun.
Man, he's getting tatted up in there.
It was rough. Every time we go a week without having a tattoo, we get a tear tattoo on my eye. It's
after we get a review.
Yeah, a review
gets a tattoo.
Yeah. What did I say?
I said a tattoo for a tattoo.
It's a long day. I've been a little under the weather. All right. And so the other thing is we do run a contest.
Yeah.
We'll do quote unquote contest. And the way the contest works is if we get a review and we get 10 shikos.
A shiko is an eWeb Results branded term for social engagement. Stands for shares, likes, and follows. Shiko.
If we get 10 of those on any one of our platforms and a review, then we don't tell you how to write a review for us because there's some
kind
details in there. Since we didn't get a review, we will describe to you how you could leave us a review and save my cheek from another tear tattoo.
Yeah.
There are lots of ways you can do it. One of them has 3 steps. All you need to do is go onto iTunes, create an account, and write a review. Hopefully you make that review 5 stars. And if you do write a review on iTunes, go ahead and send us an email. Let us know that you wrote a review on iTunes, and we'll make sure to get it on the air.
Yep.
Next, you can leave us a Facebook review. All you need to do is go to facebook.com/eWeb
Results
and click the little stars and then click the write a review. Yeah. And boom, hopefully you'll make that one 5 stars. Next is Stitcher. The best way to get to Stitcher is actually to go to our page.
Click on SEO Podcast. Once you get to the podcast page, right in the sidebar, you'll see the Stitcher logo. Click that. You get to the Stitcher page. Right at the top, there's a write a review button. Hopefully that review will be 5 stars.
We probably should just make an ewebresults.com/Stitcher that gets them forwarded over there. And then finally on G+, G+ has all these numbers and slashes and
IDs,
a plus in it. You don't want to do that. All you need to do to find our G+ page where you can leave us a review is go to ewebresults.com/Google
Plus
or
/Google Plus
or
/G+
or
/G+.
And all of those will take you to our Google. It's actually a search engine result page where the pop-up comes up that says, hey, write a review now. And you can check out our 90 reviews that are sitting there right now. And obviously, we would like you to make that 5 stars. All right. And so that's how you leave us a review. We would appreciate if you shiko us.
Actually, then we won't have to do that part again.
Exactly. Again, 10 shikos and 1 review. We skip that section. The places that you can shiko us are Facebook.com/eWeb
Results,
Twitter.com/eWeb
Results,
Instagram.com/eWeb
Results,
YouTube.com/eWeb
Results,
and LinkedIn.com/company
Yeah, don't go to that URL. You will not find that page.
You could try.
Results.
You'll figure it out. Hey, if you're a PHP genius and actually are smarter at WordPress and PHP than I am at reading our own profiles, we're probably looking for you. Go ahead and leave an audio resume, 713-510-7846. If you're looking for a free comprehensive website profit analysis, we have one of those for you.
Yeah, is your website profitable?
Yeah.
Like, have you looked at some numbers and realized how many goals are being completed?
Yeah.
How many leads are being generated from your site?
Yep.
Maybe you don't know how many you're getting. You need a profit analysis.
Yep. All you need to do is go to our homepage, ewebresults.com, and there is a green button. You can't miss it. Go ahead and click that button and fill out the information. That's our free website analysis, profit analysis. It's time for the favorite segment of the program, the algorithm cataclysm. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, they had no cataclysm in a while.
It's been a while, yeah. Ever since they went like real time, they haven't been.
Yeah, so this cataclysm today is not necessarily algorithmic based, right? So it doesn't necessarily change what those results do, but it did change what the results look like. It did change what the results look like, right? So you remember last year when they adjusted the search engine results page, they removed the right side.
Yeah.
Right. Then they removed the shopping ads.
Right.
So now, if you go do a search for like a product, they say like bicycles or Nike shoes or Jordan shoes or whatever it is, then you get a product carousel.
Right.
You get the product carousel that you can swipe through now and look at different products. It still ties into Google Merchant and to the whole shopping experience. So pretty cool experience. I think the carousel has proven more effective than the actual kind of grid display did.
Yeah.
So I was actually pleased with that because not showing products in a product search kind of sucked, Google. And so glad you brought that back in the carousel form.
I actually saw something. Well, I was on the phone with a prospect. I pulled up a search and it was like ads, organic, which isn't normal anymore, right? And then map, and then more organic, and then there was some other section. Man, I should have taken
ads?
It wasn't ads. It was before, because it was organic at that section, and then more organic, and then potentially ads in the next page. I mean, it was probably 25 listings on that page. I should have taken a screenshot of it. I was just in the middle of talking to a prospect. So if I catch that again, I'll take a screenshot because that's would be algorithm cataclysm as well.
At least you're trying to diagnose what exactly that section is.
Why did that come up? So you got some more?
I got news.
All right, let's do news.
So I got one piece of news, man. Remember Dwayne Forrester?
Okay, yeah.
Dwayne Forrester, big guy, used to work with Bing, was kind of helping Bing move things along, then eventually left Microsoft, and he was glad to just be out, not working. Said he was just spending time with his family. Well, anyway, he just joined Yext, VP of Industry Insight. So punch in the face to you, Dwayne. That's a good move for you and for Yext, because Yext, I'm actually demoing their new partner program right now
with some new features. It's not just old Yext.
Yeah, it's not even released to everybody.
Right.
Yext hit us up, and so we're trying it out, seeing how it's working. Got some pretty cool features in there, and I just know that with Dwayne there, the SEO value, the other things that they're rolling out now will likely be for the benefit of the agencies and the clients working with those agencies. So, and then good look for you, Dwayne. Another opportunity to stay in your lane and do what you do best. I know Yext is gonna have him at conferences and going around. So that's a good look for him and for Yext. Punch in the face to both of you.
Very cool. Punch in the face. My news, actually, I just really liked these two headlines, so I decided to bring them. You can build a laptop out of open source components if you want a bad laptop. I did not read the article. I just thought the title was good.
Yeah, self-explanatory.
And then
buy new laptops.
The next title was Samsung Note 7 apology was full, humble, and nerdy.
Yeah.
I like that.
It needed to be.
Yeah. The Uber boss quit Trump's advisory board.
I figured he would.
Well, so I have an interesting, Elon Musk decided to stay, and he says, look, this is advisory board. I'm giving him advice. Whether he takes my advice or not is an issue, right? Clearly not taking advice, I would argue. And if I don't get, and it isn't me saying I support what he's doing, commissioner.
I get it, but the only difference between Uber owner and Elon Musk is whatchamacallit?
Like the owner, CEO, Tesla.
Tesla.
Right.
And so the difference between them, Tesla's not getting deleted. Like everybody's deleting their Uber apps and banning Uber and not using it. Nobody's doing that with Tesla. And so Elon, of course he can say that.
Yeah.
Let everybody return their Tesla.
I do like the principle of, and this is like the famous book, The Art of War, or it's some book I read on negotiating, was about, look, if there's any possibility, even any remote possibility to accomplish something, then you should go to the table.
Yeah, I mean, communication has to happen.
So now he's not at the table, which if he's got opinions that you and I would appreciate, which he probably does, then now he's no longer at the table, and that's a loss for everyone. I know why he did it. No, I know why he did it. But if he can't get at the table and voice his opinion, which he isn't going to be able to do now, then you've lost a voice of reason at a table of insanity.
Exactly. At a table of insanity, talking to a brick wall. So, and not just that, when when you consider like Amit Gal, dude from Google, and all of these other top dudes who obviously immigrated, you know what I'm saying? The fact that you would be on an advisory board for a company who's banning immigration, I totally get it. He had to represent for his new employees and for his staff and take a stand.
I get it. I get it. I also
it's both sides.
I wish he was at the table still, right?
He could fight for those same immigrants and put his
try, at least try.
I get
which is fight, right? So anyway, I thought that was interesting. I knew we would have just slightly different opinions on that.
I get both sides.
Yep,
I get both sides. I just know that Elon Musk and the other 6 companies who were also on that advisory board, they're not being rejected and deleted and banned.
It's not impacting their business.
Not their business, their staff, their employees, everybody.
Take the keys to my Tesla because of your sitting on the board. And Elon Musk is an out there character anyway. So, and then we've got one question. This is from Marcus Fox, who was actually on Facebook Live. Hey, Bruce, thanks for tuning in. And Marcus, who I think maybe dropped out, maybe he's back. The question is, question for you guys for later, because he sent it earlier today. Now that Google is indexing mobile first, is it time to abandon desktop optimization?
No.
No.
That's it.
Well, probably not. No. Almost absolutely not.
No.
If 0 traffic comes to your website from a desktop, which is a no. If you got to that point, then you could forget about it. You're never going to get to that point. So
now, I will say this. Maybe over 50, 60, 70% of your traffic is coming from a mobile device. So you should definitely optimize for mobile.
More time.
You should be investing in A&P pages. You should be making extremely mobile-friendly pages and doing things like that. But don't omit desktop.
No.
You just can't do it.
Until you get 0 traffic, which is not going to happen.
And I can tell you now, the 2 clients that I met with today, and I got about 16 more to meet with over the next 2 weeks, going over their numbers. Both clients that I looked at today, we looked at their device overview report. And one client is a mosquito company here in Houston that had these kind of cool misting systems. 80% of their traffic was desktop. The other one was an app developer, right? And they deal with commercial apps and building mobile apps and executive dashboards and things like that. 70% of their traffic was desktop also. And so,
yeah, got to keep optimizing.
Yeah, you got to keep desktop right now.
Absolutely. All right, that's all the news and the lack of review that I have. So that is, you have a little bit more?
I got some patifs.
All right, some patifs.
I got some patifs. So this patif, I got 2 patifs. This one goes to Carrie Shelbourne. She hit us up on Twitter. She's at K Shelbourne. She says, I haven't been disappointed with an episode yet. Thanks at eWeb Results.
I got to say, even 130?
She says, thanks at eWeb Results for the SEO tips. Hashtag retailers. Hashtag SEO podcast 358. She's watching the last one. Punch in the face to you, Carrie.
Boom.
Appreciate it. This one here goes to Andy. He hit us up on Twitter also. He's at that Andy G. He says, at eWeb Results, Chuck mentioned the tool called Zeno, or something sounded like that in episode 357 of the hashtag Best SEO Podcast. What's the real name? Andy, great question. It is Zenu, but it's spelled Xenu. It's from a company called Link Sleuth. And so if you search Link Sleuth, or
Zenu, Xenu,
or if you search Zenu, Xenu, that'll take you. It's like an old software. The graphics are kind of outdated, but works really, really well.
Yep.
It'll index your site, let you export a CSV with all of your URLs, links, and titles and descriptions, and how many links are coming into those pages, how many links are going out from those pages. Pretty cool tool. I use it for link analysis. I use it to create 301 redirect spreadsheets. So yeah, Zenu, Xenu. Hopefully that helps.
So yeah, it's a very good tool. So And they're not a sponsor yet.
Yeah, they're not a sponsor yet. They cut the check, Zenu.
All right. That is, you got more?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that is the potatoes. Let's talk about supercharging your display in the meat of our podcast.
Yeah.
Which starts now.
Yeah, it starts right now. So punch in the face to Ben Woodard and the good folks over at Search Engine Journal. He posted this article, PPC 101, 6 tips to supercharge Google Display Network performance. I use Google Display Network.
Yep.
For the sake of this, we'll call it GDN. I'm not gonna say Google Display
Network all the time.
But I use GDN all the time. It's matter of fact, it's kind of a standard part of our process. Every PPC campaign, at the very least, gets a remarketing GDN account.
At least, yeah.
At least that. And so, matter of fact, he goes in to kind of talk about GDN. He says the Google Display Network, GDN, is the largest contextual advertising network available on the internet, consisting of millions of websites. He's right. This is a huge network, way bigger than Facebook or YouTube or anything like that. This network is so big and it's full of display. Matter of fact, it runs on YouTube and other Google properties also. Yeah. And so when you think about like AdSense, right? You know how AdSense works, right? If you got a blog and you want to make some extra dollars, you can put some AdSense in the corner and maybe in some widget or something like that. And then on your website, your AdSense plugin begins to show Google display ads. You have officially put your site inside the Google Display Network once you did that. And so when you consider how many people have done that, you can understand how big this network really is. Matter of fact, he says it can reportedly reach 92% of all internet users on the US. They got a link to that. You might want to check that out and fact check it, but it's probably right. 92% is a lot, but there's a huge network of sites there. He also says the target audience is browsing websites that may not necessarily be in a shopping mode. And that's the one key about GDN is that you run the risk of running up ad dollars and spend for people who may not necessarily be the most targeted person. They may not be in the mood to shop or convert or take action right then. However, it's still a necessary strategy to go with, and especially I suggest you do it.
At least the remarketing.
And he starts off with number 1, remarketing campaigns. So this is one of the first reasons why you want to supercharge your. This is one of the first tips for why you want to supercharge your Google Display Network performance. He says,
you see Steve Briskman just.
Man, Steve, what's good, man?
How's it going?
He says number 1, remarketing campaigns, right? He says remarketing allows you to deposit a cookie via the browser of your website visitors, and then you will then be able to display ads targeting those website visitors whenever they visit other sites also on the GDN, right? So what happens is if you want to move forward with some remarketing, you put some coding on your site that you can get from Google AdWords, or if you're using Google Tag Manager, which is the recommended way, set that up and then you can create your audience, right? And then once people start visiting your site, you start building up this audience of visitors. Now you can take the time to go ahead and segment those visitors. So maybe people who hit your AC page get on one list, people who hit your heating page, they get on another list. And then you have a kind of generic list that you may just want to take advantage of.
At least branding. Do a generic list.
At the very least do it. We kind of do that by default with every site launch. Whether you're going to move forward with paid or not, we're going to start building this list just in case. Look, I'll tell you this, remarketing, like I said, is standard with all campaigns, and you should run them on YouTube. YouTube is a great place to run those remarketing ads because YouTube is the one place where they're watching this video and this ad is in front of them. And so they're forced to watch at least the first 4 to 5 seconds of it. And so you have a higher likelihood of getting that conversion, especially if you targeted it right. I'll say this, because we do the generic ones. If you can segment those ads, segment your list like I was giving earlier, people land on your AC page, then put them on an AC list, you have a higher chance for conversions once they begin to see AC-related remarketing ads or heating-related remarketing ads. So take advantage of it. Those generic lists, they work great. Those work really well for like branding, right? If you just want to get your logo plastered everywhere at a really, really low cost per impression and low cost per click, then take advantage of it.
It's so affordable.
It's so affordable.
And by the way, it feels really good when you know that a competitor visits your website and then your branding follows that competitor for the next 90 days. They're like, these guys are spending a ton of money.
And they're
everywhere.
And it's happened to you. It happens to me all the time. Every time I go search for shoes or search for a shirt or search for a hoodie, search for a new hat, whatever I may be looking for, even something on Amazon. If I don't buy it, Amazon has a huge GDN budget. As soon as you leave Amazon and begin surfing the web, you will see ads for the product you just was looking at. It always happens.
Number two,
target similar audiences. Right, we're talking about Google Display Network. He says target similar audiences. He says similar audiences allow you to increase the reach of existing remarketing campaigns to drive new users to your site who have similar browsing habits as the website of visitors. Right, so similar to the segmented ads, except you didn't segment it, but now you still want to target them, right? And so you can target them with a different kind of GDN filter called similar audiences. What is the similar audiences? Well, it allows you to do just what he said, reach existing people who have a similar browsing habit. So maybe the person who's on your remarketing list goes to a certain set of sites, they look at us, do a certain type of search, and then maybe people who are affiliated with them who do the same type of search, who visit the same type of sites, well, they end up seeing those same remarketing ads, even if they're not on your remarketing list. But that's because they are part of a similar audience. Right. Take advantage, check the box, is totally worth it. For example, maybe you're showing AC repair remarketing ads, right? And so maybe your ads will begin to show to people who are looking for heater repair. They may show for somebody looking for HVAC maintenance, right? Because there's a similar audience, even though there's not your specific search term and not the specific segment you created. Still a similar audience and definitely a worthwhile click at a low cost. Take advantage.
Absolutely. Number three,
when we're talking 6 tips to supercharge your Google Display Network performance, the third tip is focus on placements. I love placements. Oh, yeah. Placements are something you should take advantage of. He says by targeting placements, you're able to select exactly which sites, right, you want your ads to be displayed on. So it's a safe option for advertisers just really branching out into display. Great point here, right? Maybe you're new to Google AdWords, or maybe you got a small budget, and so you don't want to necessarily just go all in. Do placements, especially if you know the sites that your clients frequent, right? If your sites always go to CNN.com or whatever it is, then place your ads on CNN.com because that site is inside Google's GDN, and you can do that. I always run placements because they're a perfect way to dictate who sees your ad. I wrote a pro tip down. Let me give you a pro tip. Pro tip.
Free. Okay.
Free pro tip.
Okay. Last free one for the show, maybe.
I might have one more. So, here's a pro tip for your placements, and this is for anyone who is who's doing any traditional advertisement, right? Let's say you're running commercials on TV, you're running radio ads, maybe you're running some print ads in some magazine or some newspaper or something like that. Look, that TV station where those ads are, that newspaper where those ads are, that radio station where those ads are, guess what they have? This website. They have a website that's running display ads.
And guess what's on that network?
Exactly.
The display network, and guess what network it probably is?
Google. And so you can literally dictate those sites. Now, here's what you do, though. You make your remarketing ads consistent with the promotion that you're running on that station. And so that way, the same people who watch that station will likely visit that station's website, and then they can also see the same remarketing ads similar to the ad that they probably watched. Oh, good pro tip, Chuck.
Man, that is
good
a pro tip,
Chuck. That is a highly qualified lead right there. If they click it because they saw the ad,
boom. And they click it because they saw the ad on TV, because they frequent that website, and they see the ad
take
again.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Placements can really work for you. Number four. And I like this one here. I learned this lesson the hard way. He says, look out for mobile games, right? Look out for mobile games. And I really could have gave Google a kick in the shin right here, because it wasn't until recently they made it kind of difficult to like opt out of having your ads shown on mobile games and apps and things like that, which really sucks, because we know that if I'm gaming, if I'm playing solitaire, I'm shooting pool, I'm playing dominoes, whatever game I'm playing, I have no interest.
If my kid's playing Minecraft,
exactly,
you do not need to market to him.
I have no intentions on clicking an ad whatsoever, especially not in the game. So you want, matter of fact, he said, check whether mobile games have been taking up a slice of your display budget. And that's what happened to me. You try to figure out, man, I got all these display clicks and like the super high bounce rate and no conversions and no time on site. Yeah, that's because they clicked that ad on accident.
That was my son.
And then they hurry up and bounce. They couldn't wait to get back to the game, and it's just not a good look. I recommend turning it off. I can't think of any kind of reason to run ads in the game unless you sell games. You selling games, a similar game, then yes, run this ad while I'm playing. It makes sense. But if you're an AC guy or a Jordan guy or a pool maintenance company, or a hard money lender or whatever it is, there's no need for your paid ads to be running remarketing in games. Just don't do it.
Yep. Sorry, Google.
Not a good look.
Yep.
Number 5. He says target in market areas. So target in market areas. So a little bit different from the similar audience. The similar audiences is focusing on people in
and
market
their behaviors.
and their behaviors.
Right.
In market areas focuses on the subject
Regions,
matter.
yeah.
Exactly. In the region. He says in market audiences are people who Google has determined to be the most interested in what you had to offer based off of their activity. Right. So it's a little bit different from the similar audiences. But the key here is that they can work depending on what you sell, depending on what you offer. So, for example, because it could also not work right?
And not sell.
Like if you're a service provider, I think target in market audiences work well for service providers because the services are usually similar. If I'm in an audience for, let's say, pool maintenance, and you show me a pool repair ad, it's similar.
There's some cross-pollination.
Yeah, I can definitely do it. However, if I'm in the market for Jordans and you showed me an ad for Reeboks, I'm not clicking, and you just wasted that cost per impression.
Yeah.
So you have to watch it and monitor it and figure out where it's going. Good news about in-market audiences is that they work with the placements. And so you can actually go in a step further and see where these are at, because maybe I'm showing on some Jordan sites and some Reebok sites. Maybe my ad is showing on a site that sells all Jordans, Nikes, Reeboks, and everything. That's the case. I may still want my ad there. Right. But if I'm showing on Reebok.com, for example, then you need to exclude that. You don't want your Jordan ad to be showing there. And so the point is test it, measure it, watch it, monitor it, and then make adjustments. It's a good option to have. It could definitely increase clicks and conversions.
Yep.
And the last one, number 6. We're talking 6 tips to supercharge your GDN performance. Number 6 is test Google sponsored, test Gmail sponsored promotions. This is a good one. Shout out to, oh my God, I'm thinking, forget the lady's name.
Her name is...
The chick at Google who we just had a hangout with yesterday.
There's only one.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name. But yeah, she was just going through this about running remarketing ads and display ads inside of Gmail. Right? We've all been in Gmail and we've all seen ads right above the sponsored page. I mean, right above the social order promotions tab. There's ads right there. What better way to target somebody? Just like we pitch this all the time with our email marketing, that the inbox is still the most visited place on the internet.
Yep.
So why not show ads there, right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he says ads appear in a Gmail inbox above emails designed to look like a regular email. Once clicked, they expand to a full ad. This is perfect.
Yeah.
And so you visited my site because you had some interest in some AC repair and you didn't convert. It sucks for you. But then you go check your email and then you see an ad that says, hey, we're still ready to fix your AC or come back and get that quote or a free consultation now.
I mean, if you make it look like an email, you say, here's the quote.
Oh, man. Pro tip. That's the clickbait from the tip we was talking about earlier.
Quote. Boom.
And see, then now you're already inside their inbox. Right. And now that ad has a little bit more personal.
You're in friendly territory.
Hey, take advantage of it. Remarketing in Gmail inbox is the greatest thing you can do. Now, all you got to do is just collect those emails, right? You can't do it to everybody because at the end of the day, it's a Gmail inbox. And so if they're on Hotmail or Yahoo or MSN or anything else, it's just not going to work, right? But if they have a Google Apps account or Gmail account, then you're in business. So why don't you do this? Export your CRM. Now, here's another pro tip, and we do this for everyone. Let me start charging for pro tips.
Yeah, we need to.
Export go to your CRM, export all your contacts, right? Get them sort by email addresses. And luckily, Google, is you can just upload them all. Anything that's a Google account or Gmail account is going to keep. Anything else is going to kick out, right? And that way, you'll have them on your remarketing list. This part of that pro tip would be to take that same spreadsheet and run it through Facebook, get all your friends to like you, run it through all your social platforms, make sure you're connected with everybody who you've already done business with, right?
Yeah.
That's the pro tip.
Yeah.
Hey, I think he had a conclusion on here. Yeah, he had a conclusion. In conclusion, he said, in order to generate optimal returns, advertisers need to make use of the ever-expanding targeting options. And he's right. Like Google is making all these changes and making it easier to target people, making it faster and more efficient to target people. Like we didn't get into the automatic adding they're going to start doing pretty soon.
Right.
But you got to take advantage of it. I totally agree. Only thing I suggest is that you be careful. I'll give you guys one example. Speaking of AC repair,
I wrote that as a note. Yeah, as he was
Me
talking,
too.
yeah.
Be
This
careful.
is a good one.
We had a client. Because all of our clients, we allow them. We get them access.
We
to
believe
the
in
AdWords.
transparency, right? So
Exactly.
the client has access to their AdWords account. They can do whatever they want. They know what the spend is. There's no kind of black box. Hey, you paid us X, and we're telling you that you spent this money.
No,
It's
log
transparent.
in, look at it. It's your account. We just got access to it. We're
Right.
running everything. It's on your dime.
Yeah.
You know, we just charge you to manage that.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we had a client. It was AC season, and he was trying to do something over the weekend to get more traffic. He logged in. He turned on GDN.
With no restrictions.
No filters, no restrictions, no remarketing, no targeting. We just turned it on and let his main campaigns show across Google Display. This was a Friday. So Sunday, he was calling my personal cell, panicking. Oh my God,
Yeah.
Chuck, I've incurred, $6,000 in clicks.
The picture
Please
I have
make it stop.
The picture I have is somebody who's drowning and like getting up and saying, "Turn it off."
Now, luckily for him, he closed 2 big deals out of that.
Yeah.
One was like 4K, the other was like 6K, so it definitely paid for itself. But it was not expecting it. It hit his card hard. He had some cash challenges because of that. And so be careful when using Google Display Network.
Yep.
Man, punch in the face to you, Ben Woodard, good folks over at Search Engine Journal. PPC 101, 6 tips to supercharge your Google Display Network performance. Great article.
Awesome. All right. Do we have any what news?
No what news.
No what news. All right. We're just kind of excited here in H-Town because the Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl is
is
here.
coming on Sunday. And I'm actually going to an event related right tonight. It's not a Super Bowl event. It's just an event. The thing is called Club Nomadic. And they nomadic as a nomad moving from place to place. They go to a city like Houston that's having a Super Bowl. They build a 2-story club, and then they have like Bruno Mars. I'm going to go see him tonight, so I'm pretty excited about that.
A lot of events. Shout out to all the celebs down here, a lot of famous people, and all the fans out here. I've been seeing Atlanta fans everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere, which sucks that Houston Rockets lost to the Hawks yesterday. We were supposed to beat Atlanta. But anyway, that's another topic. Put in the face to everybody at the Super Bowl.
All right, and you've got a prediction, right? Because I saw your ring post on Facebook.
Man, look, and I'm a Texans fan, for life. But back when the Oilers left Houston,
right,
and we didn't have a team, I became a Patriots fan.
Right.
I was back when Drew Bledsoe was there. I remember when Tom Brady got the start.
Right.
And Tom Brady got 4 rings. He's going on 5. And I think he'll probably get number 5 this Sunday. The only way he won't is if Atlanta Falcons play an amazing, flawless game. And
flawless.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to play a flawless game. And I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that is the prediction. All right. So if you like this podcast, and maybe it's your first time, maybe you've listened to it before, we're going to ask you to do one thing. Could you please go ahead and share this podcast with 3 people
right now?
We're not going to wait this time, but just go ahead and do that. Share it.
Yeah, share it, tag them in it. 3 people, preferably business owners, people who could benefit from the content we're putting out, right? Someone who maybe has a website or e-commerce site or thinking about starting one and could use these tips. Tag them in it, share it. We sure appreciate it.
Excellent. If you're looking to grow your business with the largest, simplest marketing tool on the planet,
the internet,
go ahead and call eWeb Results for increased revenue in your business. Our phone number is 713-592-6724. We actually have a program. We've just kind of come out with it. It's called Instant Leads. Guaranteed. So the focus of it, that's awesome. The focus of it is PPC, right? We all know that PPC can drive instant traffic.
It's pay-per-click.
Pay-per-click, you can get on the first page of Google tomorrow, guaranteed to get you on the first page. You got to spend a little bit of time, put the ad up, all that stuff. You want to make sure you've got a proper landing page. So what we do in this program is we make the landing page. So the process is they search for your product or service. They see an ad saying, hey, we can do this with your product or service. They click that ad. They land on a landing page that says, here's how you take advantage of what we just told you to click. And then they do
convert.
it.
Yeah.
High conversion rates, focused on leads, focused on instant leads, guaranteed. Go ahead and give us a call, 713-592-6724, in order to take advantage of that. We also have a referral program. If you have a referral, somebody who's interested in internet marketing, that's from
website design and social media marketing and email marketing and pay-per-click management and search engine optimization, all of the above, custom website design,
Yep.
take advantage.
Go ahead and send that referral to us. When that referral pays their bill, we pay you. In Houston, if you are in Houston, you need to come to my Up Social Network event.
Yes.
We set a Guinness World Record at the end of 2016. We got big things coming. It's great networking. Just go to
This is the one place you can go, right? Real talk. If you're a business owner, you're in the city of Houston, this is the one place you can go to not only network with other like-minded individuals, but this is different from your kind of standard, I won't say any names, networking that you're probably accustomed to. This is totally different. It's all live streamed. You get a copy of the video. You get an email broadcast. There'll be a press release for it, a blog post to go out for it. We're about to move into some TV and some radio stuff. Take advantage.
Let's just put our SEO hat on for a second, right? What we're always looking for and always creating is content. Up Social Network is not only an organization where you can network with business owners in this area.
With content.
You leave with content. You get a video, you get a blog post, you get an RSS, you get not an RSS, you get a press release. You get these things which you don't get elsewhere. If you
then they get promoted and boosted and optimized and you don't have to take advantage.
Yeah. If you came to us for those same things, we'd be charging 10 times as much to get those exact same things. Just flat out. I'm not, like, no lie. Nolan just won't raise his price. All right. So please remember, we're filmed live here at 5999 West 34th Street, Suite 106, Houston, Texas, 77092. If you want a transcript, video, or audio of this podcast, you can find it on our website, ewebresults.com. You guys have made us the most popular internet marketing podcast on iTunes. We've really been amping up our social media. Would love your feedback on what's going on there.
Yeah, hit me up on the sound checks. The sound checks are going out there. They're getting boosted, man. We having fun with it. I'm getting a lot of responses back, so appreciate it.
Yeah. So hit us up. Keep doing what you do. Keep sending in questions. Keep writing reviews. We really appreciate it. We're doing all this for you. If there's some direction you want to go, we want to do a lot more interviews this year. And if you're a person who has some unique content, by the way, Dane sent us a really cool article. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Man, I think we probably should get him back on. So we'll probably get Dane back on here.
Yeah, if you're a podcast fan, maybe you've been tuning in for a while and you took some of the tips and advice we've given, implemented it, and it worked for you, that's interview worthy. And we'd love to talk to you, figure out what you did, how it worked. Maybe you have some follow-up questions we'll be glad to answer on site. Or maybe you're just a business owner, right? And you like this type of information. You have something that could contribute to our audience. Hit us up, podcast@ewebresults.com. We'll be glad to chop it up.
Excellent. So thank you guys for making the most popular. Until the next podcast, my name's Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.